Sign up for the Open. You never know what's going to happen. You know, here's a good workout, help you gear towards it, help you prep for it. Here we go. Here we are. What time of year is it? The Open, everyone's favorite. The Open was always the most stressful time of year for me. I think it was for every CrossFit athlete. You had to perform the workouts in your gym. There was a lot of good things to it, a lot of positives. You get to do it in your home gym. You get to do it on your time. You get to do it as many times as you want. But it was also very stressful. Open prep. Here we go. And if you're not doing these two movements for open prep, you're doing it wrong, because I'm pretty sure, except for 1 year, these two movements have always shown up, and that's burpees and thrusters. So if you're going to do some open prep, those two better be in your regiment. And so today we'll do that. We'll get some thrusters and burpees in. Always a nasty combo. Pull-ups is another movement you should definitely always be training for the Open. Whether it's just normal kipping butterfly pull-ups or chest to bar, one of those two is always going to show up. So those movements, obviously wall balls, dumbbell snatches have showed their face a lot. Deadlifts, lunges have started to creep in. Last year they had the little shuttle sprint with burpee pull-ups. Lots of easy ways. It's basically, you want to do more so lightweight, high rep AMRAPs. That's typically where the Open goes. So yeah, we'll do something of that nature here today, and give you guys something to get after before the Open kicks off.
Nice sweatshirt you got there.
Yeah, it's my new look. Cut off sweatshirts. I obviously saw the movie The Iron Claw. If you haven't seen it, I recommend it. It's a little sad, but it's a good movie. If you grew up watching wrestling like I did. I like it because it helps me sweat more, and I love sweating when I work out. If I don't sweat, I have a tendency to feel like I didn't do a good enough workout. And I noticed after I wore a cut-off sweatshirt like this, I was like, man, I was sweating pretty good. And so, hey, if it makes you sweat, I'm going to do it.
So you still do the Open every year?
I do what I can in the Open every year still. I technically haven't signed up for it in 5 years, I don't think. But I still do the Open workouts that I can do. Like last year, I did most of them until there was the heavy thruster last year. Is that what it was? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I did every workout except for the heavy thruster one. There's just movements due to elbow, knee, shoulder that I know I can't do, and I also don't train for them. So yeah, but if it's stuff that I still do, then yeah, I do them. And I think this year I will sign up for the Open. Just CrossFit's great, and I did a post the other day about how it's changed my life, the trajectory of my life. CrossFit has, and so not only competing, but it got me to my goal of being, a Navy SEAL. So, and I didn't know if I should have done it when I signed up for it my first year in 11, and where it took me was awesome. And so I think if anybody, if you're scared, if you're nervous to do it, go out and just, what do you got to lose? It's, $20, give it a shot, and you never know what will happen from it. So maybe something awesome will happen.
I didn't know if there was something with like having your name on the leaderboard. Like if you feel like there's pressure or stress with that.
I'm not in that place anymore where I care anymore. I know where my fitness levels are at. I know there's still workouts like last year. Actually, if I would have inputted my score for the shuttle run burpee pull-up workout, but that was the one with a heavy thruster, so I only did part of it. I actually had like a top 5 score. So it was, and I did it down here where I had to run through the doorway on my shuttle runs. But anyways, yeah, I know that there's still movements I can do really well. But yeah, for the most part, I'm not trying to compete. There's just, like I said, there's not, I don't have that motivation for it yet, or for it right now. So maybe one day, I don't know. I just have limiting factors with my elbow for going heavy. I can't really go heavy overhead. So it is what it is. Good old thrusters rearing their ugly head. There are certain things in CrossFit where you're not going to fail it. Burpees is one of them, right? If it's a normal burpee, just get down and get up. You're not going to fail it. It's more so just your heart rate's up. You don't want to go. It's like running, right? Like you can always push just a little bit harder. And so, yeah, for a burpee, just put your hands. I had to really start to think about why I could keep moving in burpees. It was just a movement I never struggled with, to be honest. And so I remember doing this one workout with a buddy, and it was nasty. It was like back squats and burpees, and it was for his birthday or something. And I just remember, like, I kept having to tell myself, just throw your hands towards the ground, throw your hands towards the ground. And the moment you throw your hands towards the ground, it's like, all right, now I'm into the burpee. Because if not, you stand up and you're like, ugh. But if you start putting your hands towards the ground, you're already starting back into the movement, and it helped really keep me going in that workout. And so, yeah, put your hand towards the ground and just throw your legs back, and you're not gonna fail it. Let those weak thoughts, don't even give them time to slip into your brain. Like, if you just keep moving, even if it's not at a fast pace, just keep moving, and it's gonna help. All right, so what we're gonna do, 10-minute AMRAP, as many reps as possible for anybody who doesn't know what AMRAP stands for. So 20 thrusters, 95 pounds, 65 pound for women, 20 burpee over the bar, and then we'll go 20 pull-ups, and we'll do a 10-minute AMRAP of that. So we'll hit three movements instead of just the two. This is a nasty little prep. Thrusters and pull-ups, thrusters and burpees tend to get paired together a lot. 10 minutes, for this workout is a good, whenever you're doing thrusters, burpees, and pull-ups, 10 minutes can seem like an eternity because the movements tend to be a little faster, get more reps in.
Why'd you pick 20 reps for this?
So 20 reps, good question. I thought about doing an ascending rep scheme, like maybe go up by threes every round, but I wanted to hit numbers that I will start to question myself mentally in the workout. So with 20 thrusters at 95 pounds, the first few sets, I should be fine. First couple sets, I should be fine. And then I go into, once I start getting to 3, maybe 4 rounds of this, that's where my mind might be like, okay, do you need to go all the way to 20, or should you stop and do like 10-5-5 or 10-10 or 15-5? And so I want to be able to push myself mentally and keep going on the 20. And so with 95 pounds, 65 pound thrusters, I should be able to get 20 every time, no matter what. The bar facing burpees, 20s, just keep moving, right? You don't have to go fast, but don't ever stop doing burpees. In my mind, whenever I start struggling with burpees, what I think about is just throwing my hands towards the ground. The moment I start throwing my hands towards the ground, I'm already into the next movement, into the next rep. And so you're never going to fail a burpee. Just throw yourself on the ground and pick yourself back up, even if it's slow. On pull-ups, 20s will get tough for sure, especially kipping pull-ups. I don't do them very often anymore. I typically only do strict, but obviously this is the open, and so I'm going to do kipping pull-ups. And so 20s, after round 1 or 2, again, I'll start to question myself, can I get to 20, or should I do 10-10, or should I do 10-5-5? And so this is a good place to check yourself mentally, and that's what the open is about, is checking yourself mentally, because a lot of times these lightweight movers, we start to question ourselves. We start to let these little weak thoughts creep into our mind. And, if you just keep moving, you don't even allow the moments to creep in. And that's where I like to go with these workouts. Good thruster tip is, breathing at the top, right? So if you're breathing, if you do need to take a second, I prefer to stop here instead of here, right? So up overhead, I feel like I can get bigger breaths in at the top, and really just trying to bounce out of that hole and keep driving, and realizing that the weight's light enough, and using that stretch reflex at the bottom, right, that bounce out of the hole, and driving that weight up, pressing through, get your head through. And if you need to take a second, that's where I like to stop and take a second, is at the top. If you do have to take a break, don't step away from the bar. I see people all the time, right? They drop it, now they're back here. Now they're letting all these weak thoughts, these mind thoughts of telling yourself that you need to slow down or do less reps, right? Now you're backing away from it, right? You're letting the barbell win. Don't ever let the barbell win. So if you drop the bar, stay right up on it, and then 1 breath, 2 breaths, and you're putting your hands back on the bar. The moment your hands are back on the bar, just pick it up and go.
Do you have a favorite open workout?
Ooh, that's a great question. Favorite open workout? Ooh, they're so gross. They're so mean. They're so nasty. I love all of them. And I happen to win a lot of them, which was cool. Favorite open workout. The toes to bar, double under, squat clean that ascended in weight and lowered in reps, that was awesome. And I was really proud of myself on that one because it got up to 315 squat cleans. And I mean, the most I've ever cleaned was like 340. But I ended up taking I was one of 36 people in the world to finish that workout. And so that was a really cool one. That was the one where if you finished the round, it was like 50 double unders, 25 toes to bar, and then a number of squat cleans. And your time extended if you got through the round. And that one I really loved that workout. That was cool. And I want to say that was 16 or 17. I can't remember. But yeah, that was an awesome workout. I love that one. That was my favorite. All right, here we go. There's some open prep. That is a very mentally challenging workout. The thrusters got real sticky. I held them all unbroken, but it was definitely a push at the last couple sets. Pull-ups felt super easy, and I don't ever do kipping pull-ups, so there you go. Strict pull-ups do transition. You might just want to build up volume for this time. Maybe do some kipping just straight for volume. And the burpees, again, was just put your hand towards the ground. Keep moving. Even if you go slow, as long as you keep moving. And then when you start to feel better, you can pick up the pace a little bit. But yeah, on burpees, bar facing burpees bringing one leg up on your burpee helps a lot. Instead of kicking both legs up, it feels drastically like you're using less effort when you bring that one leg up as opposed to bringing both up. The thrusters, really getting the bar off your shoulders on the front squat portion of it. So yeah, a great mental workout. Mental check was a perfect time. I was contemplating making it longer, and thank God I didn't. Did not need to be longer. So it was good, really good workout. Something I've been talking about a lot lately is having goals. And when you have a goal, everything that takes you away from going towards your goal, or anything that doesn't get you towards your goal, is a distraction. And so removing as many distractions as you can possible to get towards your goal is only going to help. Having to have these talks with my boys now, because they're getting to the age where a lot of distractions are starting to come in, whether it's girls or buddies who just want to go goof off, getting to the age where partying becomes a thing, and I tell them, if you have these goals, what you're going to see is a lot of these guys, they have so much potential, but they get distracted by so many different things. And that was something that I was very good at when I found my purpose. All right, I wanted to be a Navy SEAL. I wanted to win the CrossFit Games. All of a sudden, I just became laser focused. And anything that didn't help me towards my two goals was removed. And I'm not saying you have to remove family and friends. Obviously, that's silly. Your family can be a big driving force, helping you get towards your goals. But there's other things that will cause you distractions, and removing those things, that's how you get to your goals. That's how you achieve those goals, and don't waste the potential that you have. So, yeah, if you have a goal, go attack it with reckless abandon and remove anything that isn't helping you towards that goal. That's where greatness comes from. Anybody who says you have to have balance to be great has never been great. So sign up for the Open. You never know what's going to happen. Here's a good workout. Help you gear towards it. Help you prep for it. Hope you enjoyed that. Now pass the word. It's time to pay the man.